right, what's going
Hey,
on,
man?
man? How you doing?
First off, how the hell are you, sir?
I'm doing good, buddy. Just hanging out, getting ready to roll with the download chapter berserkers over here.
Exactly. You're no stranger to download. Clearly, you've played here how many times now? Do you know?
And it's crazy because I never played here with the boss. I never played here with Oz.
That's right.
Like we didn't play on the No Rest for the Wicked tour. We didn't play out here. We didn't play on No More Tears tour.
And Joe Holmes did.
Probably Joe played here.
He played here.
Yeah, and that's when that was probably '96 or
Osmosis. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so but all my years with Oz, we never played here. But we played here with Pride and Glory, I think in '94.
I just wanted to bring that one up.
Yeah,
because
it was Aerosmith, Extreme, Pantera, and then there was a couple other bands. Then we were like opened up the main stage.
You opened up the main stage. I remember watching it. It was before the album came out. So did you feel any pressure to, like, I know there's a few covers in there, but you did Toe in the Line, did tracks like that?
No, zero pressure, because they're like, we don't even know who the hell this band is. You know what I mean? So yeah, so it doesn't matter, you know, whether the amps all go out, whatever happens. You know, I mean, I blow out I pull a fallopian tube or I blow out my uterus. It doesn't even matter. You know, no one's going to remember anyway. So.
Well, I wanted to actually, I'm glad we're chatting about Pride and Glory before we bring it on to more modern stuff, because there is a real hardcore that love that album. Surely you must feel that as well. The love there is for the Pride and Glory album.
No, all 8 people that enjoy that album, I think it's great. You know what I mean? But no, we had a great time making that record, and you know, with J-Mo and Father Brian over there. So no, it was a blast. I mean, we truly had a great time making that record, and the tour was fun on that thing. But sadly, we ran out of beer funds, and that was the end. It was like we had to go home.
And you're obviously a very busy man, and I say we'll get to that. But have you ever had any thought of, why not just roll the crew out again, bring out the Pride and Glory lads?
Yeah, we could always do that. I mean, J-Mo's playing with Megadeth now. Father Brian's playing with Dead Daisies. Yeah, we're still all buddies. I mean, there's no reason why we couldn't do it. Just go up to the Vatican and we could even make another record, let alone or just tour on the one that we did. You know what I mean? Yeah, we could always do that.
So, I mean, bringing things up to where we are now, you've obviously, you Doom Crew Inc. last year was the album. How's it feel to have that out? I mean, post-lockdown and everything.
Oh, for a lot of people, unfortunately, they're like, oh, not another Black Label album. This is just hideous. But like I said, for all the 5 people that enjoy the album, they enjoy it thoroughly. But no, we had a blast making it. I mean, it was it was kind of crazy, you know, with the COVID thing, just being home for 2 years. I mean, like I said, the kids actually call me Dad again instead of Uncle Frank. And, the dogs aren't biting me, and you know, Barb actually knows that she's married again. So you know, but for me it was, I mean, because I was doing like 300 shows a year.
You've been like, I mean,
between Black Label, Ozzy,
Zakk Sabbath,
Generation Axe with the fellas, and then Experience Hendrix, and then performing at circumcisions and weddings and things like that.
Of course, you have to. I caught Zakk Sabbath at Anaheim at the
NAMM show.
Yeah. I mean, that was a killer show. How was that for you?
It's awesome. I mean, everyone seems to really know the material, you know, singing all the songs, so it's great.
I mean, what I found, like, clearly you can play those songs on guitar, no question. I couldn't believe your voice. I actually expected the Zakk Wylde voice that we all know. No, you sound like a young Ozzy.
Well, that's what, you know, my years of studying at Ozzy Osbourne University, you know, that's aside of, you know, having vocal lessons from Ozzy himself, and then also drinking lessons from the boss himself. I mastered in alcohol consumption and mixing and puke bucketing, you know what I mean, along with the vocalization techniques that the boss uses.
I mean, speaking of Ozzy now, we're sitting here with this beautiful album in our hands here. The boss. 30 years since No More Tears came out last year. There's a bit of a celebration. They released a picture disc and everything. I want to know what it was like for you going in, because that was your second album. You're a little bit more, I know what I'm doing now, and it clearly showed in the results. Talk to me a little bit about it.
I mean, for me, going back, you know, looking back on it, I mean, the No Rest was obviously, let's see what he's got kind of thing, you know, my first year with the team. And then, but you know, the drinking and the part and the good times and the laughs, I mean, just pretty much carried on from that album into No More Tears. So it wasn't like there was an epiphany of what happened, but I mean, you know, more things were like creeping in, like, you know, like country licks or whatever, you know what I mean? So
Mom, I'm Coming Home.
Yeah, Mom, I'm Coming with the intro lick and like, you know, I Don't Want to Change the World with certain licks and stuff like that. But I mean, But everything has to be built within the framework of what St. Rhodes and Oz.
Yeah.
What those templates of those first two albums between Blizzard and Diary is how a Mercedes is built.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's just like we can kind of have new models, but it has to be within the framework of what a Mercedes is.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So, which is awesome. So,
and I think with this one especially, I mean, your solo in No More Tears, I mean, you had a standard there that's up there with I Don't Know and Over the Mountain and Mr. Crowley. Obviously, you added to that legacy. I mean, talk to me about that. That solo is just magnificent, from the slow build into the.
Well, I think with St. Rhodes, with Randy, what his legacy is his writing.
Yeah.
Aside of the amazing technique and everything like that, it's his writing. The reason why you still talk about Bach, Beethoven, and Mozart is because of what they wrote, not how fast they could play or something like that. So, no, but I mean, Randy's solos, for any aspiring guitarist, it's the education you get from listening to Randy is the construction of their songs within a song.
Yeah, and that's exactly what you had.
And Oz would always say that to me. He'd be like, Zakk, when you're going to do a solo, it's got to take you on a journey. Like how Hotel California, Stairway to Heaven, the solo in Freebird, the live bird, it elevates the song, and I mean, all the great solos that we love, Mr. Crowley, Flying High Again. I mean, actually, but the No More Tears one was kind of like improv, and then I remember when we left it, I was like, let me try it a couple more times. Like, no, you got it.
I think Perry Mason's another great example. You start with that like a blues, that band.
Yeah, the Richie Blackmore lick. From Smoke on the Water. Yeah, so that's where you get all your education from, is all the guys you listen to.
So, I mean, you're playing today with Black Label. Have you? Black Label have played this stage before, haven't you?
I think we've actually played it now twice. This will be our third time.
So it must be good to be back on the road with the guys. Yeah, that's your home now, isn't it?
Well, you see a lot of old faces now, and a lot of friends and everything like that. So it's great.
Before we do wrap up, I have to ask about the new Ozzy album. It's the first time you've been on an Ozzy album for quite a while, right?
Well, no, we did.
You did?
I didn't do the last one, but the one before that. But I mean.
And then before that was Black Label.
Yeah, I mean, so like whenever, but my relationship with Oz is like he calls me up to bring over some milk and eggs, I'll do that, and then he's like, Zakk, I need you to watch the dogs. Me and Sharon are going out for a business dinner or something like that. Can you watch the dog? Make sure the dogs get fed or whatever. Yeah, no problem, Oz. Whatever you need.
So what can you tell? You obviously can't tell us titles right now. What can you tell us about the album?
No, the album, I mean, it's slamming. Him and Andrew wrote the record. Actually, Andrew came up to the Black Vatican, my studio, and, and just going over certain parts where Andrew was like, no, Zakk, I did it like this or whatever, so yeah, it was a blast. I mean, stuff slamming, and then Ozzy singing great, and then and I get to put my little fiddly diddly bits all over everything, and then on top of it, being on an album with Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, and Lord Iommi over there. I mean, if you would have told me when I was 15 years old that I'm going to be on a record with Ozzy, Tony Iommi, Jeff Beck, and Eric Clapton, I would have forget about it. Lights out.
That's not a bad little collection, is it?
Yeah, it's a huge honor, man.
But are you providing, like, are you doing certain songs? Are you doing all the rhythms? Are you doing certain solos?
I mean, obviously the songs with Lord Iommi and the other pontiffs on there between Jeff Beck and Eric Clapton. I mean, I'm playing rhythm guitar, so it's pretty awesome.
But your rhythm's integral to that,
it's a huge honor.
Excellent. And so, what's happening for you going forward? And what's next for Zakk Wylde?
More dancing, more lip gloss, more rouge, more eyeliner.
That way we know what to expect.
The important things.
Before we go, I want to ask one more question. Just thinking back to your first time on that stage with Download, you had this amazing Gibson with the rebel flag on it, but it had all the like busted bottle caps and everything. Do you still have those? Do you still?
I remember Oz and the guys. Well, I mean, at the rebel, I'm from Jersey, so I'm from the Union, so I mean. The rebel flag, I got that because of my love for the Allman Brothers. Skinner, Marshall Tucker Band, Blackfoot, all the guys, Molly Hatchet, all the Southern rock movement. But so I put that on there, and then I remember Oz and the guys. yo, Zakk, I think your guitar's outside. We were doing a photo session. The guy's lit. I go out there, there's like a 10-foot flame burning off the guitar, and he just wrapped it in like newspaper and stuff like that, lit it on fire, and they're all like cracking up. But anyways, that's how it got burned. And then eventually I just threw the nail caps in there, just drinking beer one night, listening to tunes, and just to cover it up. So, you know, because and then I saw, I think Bret Michaels had one of the guitars on, and it was a Poison video. And I go, well, I don't want people thinking I got a Bret Michaels guitar. Not that, you know, there's nothing wrong with that because I'm friends with Bret. And, you know, but and it's like, what do you got, the Bret Michaels model over there? So I was just like, oh, I was just pounding a bunch of beers. I said, let me just nail the beer caps in there. So that's how the beer caps got
relicked ahead of time.
Totally. And then, yeah, without a doubt. So it was customizing, you know, a nice, beautiful Les Paul custom.
Lovely.
But anyways, but yeah, so that's how that all came about.